Welcome back to the desk. We're here to talk William Paterson football with Chris, Wyatt, Dylan, and Chris. Let's kick it off, guys. Pioneers face one of the most prolific defenses in D3 football. Tell me what went wrong.
Well, if we take a look at the stats right here, Salisbury University did an incredible job of running the ball as they've done all year. They ran the ball 61 times for 483 yards, 30 first downs. They had over 530 yards of total offense. That outnumbered everything that William Paterson had to throw right back at him. Salisbury really put a beating down on William Paterson here in Wayne, New Jersey.
Salisbury is one of the teams that executed their offense perfectly. You know, this is a team that William Paterson saw and basically should have known that, you know, we're in trouble from the start. They had 15 different people rush the ball. 15. You know, they weren't playing any games. They were ready. They came ready to play, and they came out on top.
Dylan, what'd you see?
I saw a whole lot of Salisbury offense, point blank. I mean, the stats show it. The defense for William Paterson was a no-show. Bottom line, fellas. And usually it's one or two plays which break the Pioneers back, but it was just pure domination from the get-go.
Yeah, domination is a fitting word, but it was a mix of one team having probably their best game of the year, one team having one of their worst games of the year. Salisbury wanted a rebound. They just lost to Rowan the week before. They were looking for a rebound victory, and everything was going wrong for William Paterson. So it's just tough. When it's raining, it starts pouring. You just want to get to the locker rooms, get it over with.
And this is the second consecutive year, Chris, as you just said. Salisbury might have had their best game of the season. Probably the second year in a row they've had their best season against the Pioneers.
And if we take a look right here, this is one of the turning points of the game. William Paterson had the ball on their own 20-yard line going deep, and Isaiah Diaz-May is going to throw an interception, and it's going to be returned back for a pick six. Actually, it was an incredible play by the defensive end who made the standing catch going out for a screen pass. That'll be taken in for a touchdown. Salisbury would go on to win this game, put up 77 points, and that's 9 more points than they had last year against William Paterson, which is incredible to say the least. Their rushing attack was by far the best we're going to see, and any team is going to see in the NJAC or in the country for that matter.
One thing you didn't mention from that video, though, is where William Paterson started on the field. Most of their drives started within their own 20. You can't expect an offense to get going every single time.
Well, that's the thing. The defense for Salisbury was almost as good as the offense.
And it was tough because William Paterson was 0 for 11 in third down conversion. That's a problem they had in the past, and we've talked about that. So they need to do better executing going forward.
Right. Now, fellas, Salisbury clearly utilizing their running offense much more. Let's talk about how other teams have fared up against this rushing attack from them.
Well, yeah, Mason, when you look at the numbers here, it's been all Salisbury all year. The Seagulls have been flying high, especially when it comes to rushing the ball. Two things just standing out to me the most here on the screen right now. 27 rushing touchdowns midway through the season is absolutely incredible. Most NFL teams don't get 27 touchdowns through an entire season. And then the yards per game on the ground. Nearly 400 yards per game when rushing the ball. Again, the Seagulls offense is a machine, and it's just well-oiled, zero signs of slowing down.
Yeah, it makes sense as to why they have almost 43 points per game.
Right.
When you're rushing the ball for 400 yards per game, now 500 total yards per when do you ever hear an offense have 400 to 100 passing to rushing? I've never even heard of that. That's ridiculous on any level.
Now, fellas, what also stood out is the way that Salisbury offense ran the triple option. So we're going to throw it over to Wyatt and CJ to break that down for us. Fellas?
Well, thanks, Mason. Now, I'm sitting here with Chris Johnson. Now, he's a former defensive back for the William Paterson Pioneers. He played last year, so he can help us break down the defense. I'm here to help break down the offense here for Salisbury. They ran the triple option. Now, with the triple option, obviously, there's 3 different options to go to. There's the quarterback, there's the fullback, then there's the wingback. Now, if we take a look at the first play here, Salisbury was on the goal line going in. Now, they have 5 offensive linemen down here with a tight end on each side, but these aren't tight ends, all right? There's a left tackle and a right tackle, backups, I guess, that they brought in, and that forces William Paterson to play another guy on top of him, and that spreads the defense out a lot, especially when you put a wingback behind him.
So a key note of what you said is spread the defense out. So we're going to see Rakeem Bennett. He's going to be spread out on top of him, which is allowing this side of the ball to be effective. So we're going to see Ryan Jones. If we roll the clip right now, we're going to see Ryan Jones take his first option to the fullback, and he has a choice to option it off to a second guy, but he says, no, I'm going to keep it, and I'm going to get this touchdown.
Now, that's the first option right there. Ryan Jones takes it in. That's really easy when you have to worry about 3 other guys on the defensive side of the ball. Now, if we take a look at the second play right here, Salisbury is going in, almost the same formation. They're going to have the wing back on this tight end left tackle, a hybrid tackle is what you want to call it. Now, what they're doing here is they're spreading the defense out. A lot of these guys, William Paterson is stacking the box on the left side. It's going to be pretty easy going to the right for this second option to the wing back.
It's 4th and a half yard. What do? You get in your goal line formation. This is William Paterson's goal line formation. They brought in 2 extra down linemen, and they took out Tyler Gross and Taheem Jackson. So if we take a look at this clip, we're going to see Darius Flowers struggle to get off a block, and he's the only guy. He is outside contained. His job is to force the ball back inside, and he just didn't do that.
Yeah, that's really easy for a Salisbury offense when the right tackle gets a reach block on that defensive end, and they only have one guy to beat, which is Darius Flowers. Now, the last play is probably the easiest out of all of them. They're just going to go straight to the fullback right here, good for a gain about 25.
If you look closely at this play once it starts rolling, you're going to see all these 3 guys, their bodies are turned that way. One thing that Salisbury does great is they execute their fakes. So let's take a look at this clip and watch these 3 guys. Watch the way their bodies turn. Now they have to come back, and thank God for Tyler Gross to be athletic as he is to chase down the runner.
Now, this is not a knock at all on the William Paterson defense, but more of praising how good this Salisbury offense has been for the past couple of years and this season. But that's breaking down the triple offense between me and CJ. Back to you, Mason.
Thank you, fellas. That's all the time we have here for William Paterson Sports. Coming up next is baseball and World Series talk. Don't go away.